Hi, kindergarten. Today we're going to be reading a story called The Rainbow Fish. And even if you've listened to this story before, there's a few things I'd like you to notice about it. One is the character. And the character in our story this week is another animal. Remember, characters can be animals or they can be people. And this character is a fish. And so the story The Rainbow Fish is written by Marcus Pfister, and you can see the author's name right here. And you notice it's the only name on the front cover of our book. And what that means is that this author is also the illustrator. And the author writes the words, but the illustrator draws the pictures. So Marcus Pfister was very busy. He drew this beautiful picture of the rainbow fish, and he also wrote the story. And if you notice, when I move my cover back and forth, you see the rainbow fish's beautiful scales shimmering in the light. Rainbow fish must be really happy about how he looks because look at those beautiful shining scales. I want you to listen as I read the story to what lesson rainbow fish learns. Okay? I open up my story, I see the rainbow fish again, and here I am at the title page. The title page is the first page of my story, and it lists the title again, The Rainbow Fish, and there's the author and illustrator, Marcus Pfister. A long way out in the deep blue sea, there lived a fish. Not just any ordinary fish, but the most beautiful fish in the entire ocean. His scales were every shade of blue and green and purple, with sparkling silver scales among them. Look at those beautiful shining scales. Wow, they glitter in the sunlight. The other fish were amazed at his beauty. They called him Rainbow Fish. "Come on, Rainbow Fish," they would call. "Come and play with us." But the rainbow fish would just glide past, proud and silent, letting his scales shimmer. He didn't play with anybody. He was very proud. Well, one day a little blue fish followed after him. "Rainbow fish, rainbow fish," he called. "Wait for me. Please, give me one of your shining scales. They are so wonderful, and you have so many." Do you think Rainbow Fish is going to share a scale? He does have so many to give. He's just asking for one. Rainbow Fish said, "You want me to give you one of my special scales? Who do you think you are?" cried the Rainbow Fish. "Get away from me." Shocked, the little blue fish swam away. He was so upset that he told all his friends what had just happened. From then on, no one wanted to have anything to do with the rainbow fish. They turned away when he swam by. No one wanted to be friends with him. Why do you think no one wanted to be friends with Rainbow Fish? That's right, Rainbow Fish was not being a really good sharer. What's good? What good were the dazzling, shimmering scales with no one to admire them? Now he was the loveliest fish in the entire ocean. Well, one day he poured out his troubles to the starfish. "I really am beautiful. Why doesn't anybody like me?" "I can't answer that for you," said the starfish, "but if you go beyond the coral reef to a deep cave, you will find the wise octopus. Maybe she can help you." The rainbow fish found the cave. It was very dark inside, and he couldn't see anything. Then, suddenly, two eyes caught him in their glare, and the octopus emerged from the dark. "I have been waiting for you," said the octopus with a deep voice. "The waves have told me your story. This is my advice. Give a glittering scale to each of the other fish. You will no longer be the most beautiful fish in the sea, but you will discover how to be happy." "I the rainbow fish started to say, but the octopus had already disappeared into the ocean. Give away my scales? My beautiful shining scales? Never. How could I ever be happy without them? So Rainbow Fish is having a problem. He's told by the octopus about really good advice to give away one of each of his shining scales to someone to be a friend. But then Rainbow Fish is not going to have any shiny scales. It's like he's going to give up everything. Suddenly he felt the light touch of a fin. The little blue fish was back. Rainbow Fish, please don't be angry. I just want one little scale. The rainbow fish wavered. Only one small shimmering scale, he thought. Well, maybe I wouldn't miss just one. Carefully, the rainbow fish pulled out a small scale and gave it to the little fish. Thank you! Thank you so very much! Oh, the little blue fish bubbled playfully, and he tucked the shiny scale in among his blue ones. A rather peculiar feeling came over the rainbow fish. For a very long time he watched the little blue fish swim back and forth with his new scale glittering in the water. How do you think Rainbow Fish is feeling watching blue fish be so joyful? What does it feel like when you give something to someone and it makes them feel joy? Does that make you feel a little good? Maybe your heart flutters a little bit inside? The little blue fish whizzed through the ocean and his scale was flashing. So it didn't take long before the rainbow fish was surrounded by other fish, and everyone wanted a glittering scale. The rainbow fish shared his scales left and right. That means he shared his scales all over the place. And the more he gave away, the more delighted he became. And when the water around him filled with glimmering scales, he at last felt at home among the other fish. So even though he didn't have all his scales left, now he was feeling more joy than he ever had by watching other people be joyful, or other animals be joyful. Finally, the rainbow fish had only one shining scale left. His most prized possession had been given away, yet he was very happy. Come on, rainbow fish, they called. Come and play with us. To be their friend now, because he's being kind and sharing, they want to include him. That's kind of what happens with people. If you're kind to others, most of the time people want you to play with them then because they trust you and they feel like you're going to make them feel joy. Here I come, said the rainbow fish, and happy as a splash, he swam off to join his friends. Wow, I like that story. So in the story, we learned a lesson about rainbow fish, and rainbow fish taught us a lesson. Do you know what that lesson is? See if you can talk with your family about the lessons of rainbow fish and the true secret to being a good person or a good animal and a good friend. Have a great day, kindergarten.